Halo Infinite is over 3 years old, and now in that time, you'd be surprised, but there has been many updates, feature changes, and overall additions to the game. Some of these updates and features are benefits, adding game modes, adding cross-core customization, and for Halo Infinite being 3 years old now, there's probably a lot of things that you've forgotten, especially for the broader audience, the people who have checked on Infinite, realized how bad it was, and left, therefore forgotten about. And don't worry, this is not just simple stuff too. For the people who play Infinite on a regular basis, there's some stuff you've forgotten about too, trust me. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you all the things you forgot about Halo Infinite. Starting off with the big one here, and it's that Halo Infinite's multiplayer had a storyline going on. Now, this only went on for 3 seasons, and basically how this would work was for every new season there would be a beginning cutscene, cinematic, and then an in-game cutscene when you first start, and when you would finish a battle pass of some sorts, where you get another one. In fact, in the battle passes, cosmetic rewards were linked to the storyline. For example, in Season 2, Lone Wolf, armor sets were based on the characters Spartan Jin and Spartan Eklund, and so as Eratis. We'll get more on Eratis later, but this only lasted for 3 seasons. Season 1, the general story is just an introduction. You're a new Spartan in the Spartan Academy, and it's just a base introduction. Spartan 2 is where things actually kick off. Basically, you were introduced to Spartan Din and Eklund that arrived through a banished phantom to the Spartan Academy. And the most interesting part about this is that Spartan Din has technically captured, the first ever banished AI. Other than humanities and Forerunner AIs, I haven't heard of any other alien AIs like the Covenant. So this was a first. Eratis being the first banished AI is really interesting. But that's where the story ended, where Din was passed out with this AI in his head. Season 3 opened up with an opening cinematic, which I actually like. It actually reintroduced the drones back in the kind of homage way in the cinematics. But basically, you're inside the mind of Spartan Din, going back through his history, kind of tortured by Eratis, and that was the whole pre-render cinematic. The in-game cinematic, where the story kicks off, Eklund would quickly introduce us, the player, to Din, and we have this little moment, and it's hinted that the Spartan Academy, it was originally an Oni base. And after you finish the event pass that this season would kick off with, you would find Din searching through the Spartan Academy, finding that it was kind of originally an Oni facility, and that's where we see this SBI Mirage armor being taken over by Eratis. This right here, this picture right here, is really cool and actually ties in with the Infection game mode. So the reason why Infection, when you play Halo Infinite's Infection, they're all red and glowy, is because it's tied to this storyline. And that's sadly where it left off. Officially, that is. Season 4 story cinematics was cut. Now, obvious reasons for this is because they had other priorities to actually fixing the game. So I guess this was a low priority. But don't worry, thanks to Delta Archive, we have what the cutscene would look like. And it's really cool. Eratis has taken over the body of that Spartan we saw in the end of Season 3. And the main goal is to, we need to shut this motherfucker down. We actually get the first action scene, which I really like.
Spartan!
I told you, it always ends the exact same way. Death for you, and triumph for me!
And by the end of the cutscene, Oni has arrived and is going to take over the place.
Attention. Attention, Academy personnel. This facility is now under Office of Naval Intelligence control. All Spartans will disarm and stand down. Prepare for detention.
Also, what's really cool about this is that you can have your in-game customized Spartan in the cutscenes, like in Halo Reach. But there you go. I bet you didn't remember that. Next up is the Spartan drills, the weapon drills. This is in the Academy section, like right there, that no one presses on unless you're a new player. Basically, this was held a tutorial that everyone played when they first started out Halo Infinite. Practice match, which I don't even know what it is. But also the weapon drills. This has been totally forgotten about. It's either that you grind it out all and checked out and moved on. Actually, there is a whole like ranking system where each weapon has a challenge where you earn stars. You basically go for the best time. This has been forgotten about. Why do I think this is forgotten about? Is because Halo Studios has also forgotten about this. Ever since Halo Infinite release, there has been 3 new weapons released. The Bandit, the Avenger, and the Fuel Rod Spanker. The Bandit, back in Season 3, was added to weapon drills, but the Avenger, nope. And the Fuel Rod, they didn't get added either. So I'm convinced that it's forgotten about. If they really cared about these weapons, or if they remembered, they probably would put this as a category, but no, they didn't. And honestly, I don't recall anyone ever doing weapon drills. I haven't seen anyone do weapon drills unless it's for background footage like I'm doing right now. And speaking of erratas from earlier, you might have forgotten about the AIs, especially if you played Halo Infinite regularly. You kind of the AIs were like callouts. It's like another announcement voice basically in gameplay. People said it was annoying back then when they were first playing the game. I didn't really mind it. I already phased it out. If you're a regular player of Halo Infinite, you probably stopped noticing that your AI exists. And there are different models of AIs that you can choose from. We have like 4 of the basic ones Halo came out with. Actually, Dot from ODST is there, Radis being an AI himself that you can choose, and Mr. Chief, who actually bought this. No one I know has this. No, I haven't seen anyone actually have this. But unfortunately, like Halo Infinite storyline, they've also seemed like to be phased out. There hasn't been a new AI since Mr. Chief, and that's like Season 4 that came out. Also, did you know there's a setting? You have the option to turn off the voice, to have no AI at all. I recently found that out, and I turned that shit off right away. Yeah, here's a setting for you if you can't handle someone chatting in your head. But yes, AI customization has been totally forgotten about. Speaking of customization, there are vehicle customizations, specifically for the UNSC. I think it's only the Warthogs, like the Razorback, the regular Warthog, and the Rocket Hog. There's customization for those vehicles. You can add bumpers, you can add a skull to the hood, you can change the windshield, the mud flaps, and the wheels. All of them you have to pay real money for, except for one, which I bought through the exchange. Actually, that is the reason why I put this on the list, because I totally forgot about it until I saw this bumper plate, this bumper on the exchange shop. It's like, oh, I totally forgot about this. It's cool and all, but it's just unnecessary. You can already change colors of the vehicles, and plus, like, the only way to obtain these is through the store, which no one likes. This means not many people have them, and not many people use them. Therefore, almost no one sees them in game, leading to people forgetting they exist. But yeah, you can customize vehicles in Halo Infinite. And also with that, the armor kits. Armor kits, if you have forgotten, are just presets of armors, mainly just to cosplay as an already known character. For example, Halo 2 Master Chief, Halo CE Master Chief. Those are the 2 most used armor kits because it's the Chief. But you also may have forgotten there's a lot more than that. In Season 1, we had Noble Team, Kat, June, Emil, George, which George has his own section in this video, and Carter. Actually, there was another event that happened that included 2 other members of Noble Team. I can only remember Tom. I don't remember what the other one's name is. But that's not all. In Season 4, Flood Infected Spartans One of them being its own thing where it has a massive horn, and another which is like George but infected by the flood, which is cool. But then again, it was worth a lot of money. We also have armor kits for Spartan, Din, and Eklund in Season 2. Of course, them being introduced in Halo Infinite multiplayer story. And one for the Eagle Strike, actually, which is... I feel like it's the most forgettable one. There's a Chimera one, which is more memorable because it looks atrocious. And I hate it. I don't like it. Armor kits, except for the Mark V and the Halo 2 one, the rest of the armor kits are forgettable. Speaking of that, let's talk about George's armor kit. This is just a little trivia for you that you may have forgotten. Back in like Season 1, George's left shoulder was not textured right. It was just gray. Commonly, this was used to prove that Halo Infinite was not a finished game. The shoulder itself wasn't even available yet. Just a little trivia for you. Nowadays, we're having all these operations. Remember when we had seasons and a lot of those rewards were filler? It was the XP boost and challenge swaps. They would be used to like fill in space in the battle pass that people regularly complained about, and therefore 343/Halo Studios have decided to get rid of them completely from every operation going forward. Challenge swaps and XP boost were so helpful for grinding things, and now you can only get them for paying $2. And I've recently ran out of both of them, and I'm realizing how much more of a grind this game when trying to go through an operation. People may have forgotten about it because they already ran out, and I feel like people have forgotten how useful the XP boost is actually. And the challenge swaps back then were actually really useful because Halo Infinite in its early age, their challenge system was atrocious. Like, it was oddly very specific and difficult, so the challenge swaps were helpful back then, but not really now, because all you have to do for challenges is literally just play the game. That is the challenge. That is a challenge in Halo Infinite. Just play the game. Now, next up, it's not really something forgotten. I just feel like not a lot of people talk about it, therefore most general people checking on Infinite won't really know this exists, is the exchange shop. There is a video from Lost ODST that goes through every exchange store item in Halo Infinite. Now, this video is dated to March 2025, and basically it goes through, and of course it goes through every single item that you can buy through the exchange shop, and it is 16 minutes long. And I watched through the whole thing, and don't worry, it's not where it stays on one item for 1 minute then move on. It goes by like 5 seconds, moves on to the next item, and there's surprisingly a lot more items that you can buy for free. These items include past event items, but before operations happened, there were live events where there was 10 reward battle pass that you have to complete within like couple of weeks, and then they would expire and never be seen again. They have came back in the form of the exchange shop. You can buy helmets, you can buy armor, chest plates, shoulder pads, icons, and all that, and armor coatings, gun coatings through the exchange shop. You know the Tenrai helmet that was like that was used to promote Halo Infinite, like this one right here, the one that looks so good. I like this helmet a lot. Yeah, you can buy that for free. You can also buy the haunted helmet for free for 75,000 Spartan points. Yeah, I grinded for that, and I got it for free. Yes, I'm aware that you can buy this in the shop, but I got this for free. So yeah, it's not really forgotten about. I just feel like it's not talked enough about. Lost ODST, thank you for the video, because I've been collecting Spartan points and didn't really know what to spend it on until this video. And let me tell you, I went through the video many times so I can just buy all of the shit I can. But now we're actually gonna get into some gameplay things you've forgotten about. We're going to be talking about the two weapons that I feel like have been changed the most and people probably forgot about. For example, one of the more memorable out of the two is the Ravager variant. The Rebound Ravager, I think it was called. I don't know. This variant was the worst weapon variant in the entire game before it got reworked. It was shot like a normal Ravager, but its projectiles would bounce off anything, off enemies, doing little damage and exploding somewhere else. It would be so difficult to actually hurt something in the first place. Thankfully, this was reworked so it works more like a brute shot, which made this weapon a hell of a lot more useful and a lot more powerful. But I just want to remind you all how much this weapon variant sucked ass. But now, this variant is a great weapon to use. It's really fun and very powerful, like all variants should be. And finally, for the last thing you've forgotten about, and honestly, if you did forget about this, are you sure you're a Halo fan? The plasma pistol didn't EMP vehicles at launch, and sometime after that. This pissed off a lot of people. This was probably removed because of the introduction of the new weapon type being basically electric weapons, the shock rifle and the other one, disruptor, and the domino grenades. These were electric weapons that would EMP vehicles and have a chain reaction fixture, which probably was the reason why the EMP feature was removed from the plasma pistol. But enough backlash of this was said that they put this feature back into the plasma pistol. The plasma pistol does EMP vehicles again. Bravo. Bravo. You know what's funny? People also use this as a reason why Halo Infinite sucks. And with that being said, these are the most forgotten features about Halo Infinite. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like on this video and subscribing if you want to see more. Also, if there was a feature that I reminded you of, comment down below what feature that was. And if you're looking for a chill community to join about Halo, consider joining the Geek Squad. If that name cringes you, it's not my fault. My community named it. And if for some reason that's right up your alley, please join. It's new. There's only like a few members right now. It'd be very much appreciated if you join. But it would be more appreciated if you actually check out this video right here. I'll see you in that one.